ukulele teacher here to teach you how to play the #1 record in the world, Rapstar by Polo G, featuring, of course, that ukulele genius Einer Bankz. So grab your uke. Now normally at this stage I would say make sure it's in tune, and when it is in tune it should sound like this. But there's a big secret to this song, and you won't be able to play it unless you follow this next step. The secret is you're going to detune your ukulele and tune it up to a whole new set of notes. So instead of the usual tuning of G, C, E, A, we're actually going to put the ukulele in a completely different tuning, so it'll sound totally different. So this next step that I'm about to teach you is the most important part of the lesson, and without following this part exactly, then whatever you do, it will not sound right. So we'll leave the 4th string tuned to G as normal, because we won't be playing that at all during the song. But the 3rd string, which we normally tune to a C, that will sound like this, we're going to tune it all the way down to a B flat, so it'll sound like this. Now if you like, you can just tune it to my video, but personally I would recommend getting a little clip-on tuner that'll tell you exactly when your string is in tune to the right note. And when it is in tune, it should say either B flat or A sharp, and it'll sound like this. Then the 2nd string, that's normally tuned to an E, that sounds like this. We're going to tune it all the way down to a D flat, so it should sound like this. And then the 1st string, or the top string, that's normally tuned to an A, that sounds like this. We're going to tune that all the way down to an F, and it'll sound like this. So when you've thoroughly detuned your ukulele to my precise settings, it should sound like this. Now don't worry, I know that sounds really weird, but believe me, there is a method to the madness. Because now we can go about and play the riff. By the way, this awesome Surf's Up ukulele was given to me by my good friends at Carla. If you'd like to find out more about this particular ukulele or any of the ukes that I use in my videos, then click on the special link in the video description below, and just because you watch my videos, you'll get an exclusive discount on anything on the Carla website. Now the great thing about this song is when it's in the correct tuning, it's basically just one fairly simple ukulele riff that's repeated all the way through. And that riff should sound something like this. Let me break that riff down for you note by note. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you're holding your ukulele properly, because with this finger picking song we play it entirely with our thumb. So we want to make sure that we don't drop our ukulele. To hold the ukulele correctly, just place it against your chest like this and let it rest in your forearm, with your fingers holding the side of the ukulele like this, so that your thumb is ready to play any of the 3 strings on its own at a moment's notice, like this. So like I said, this song is played entirely with fingerpicking, and in fact we use our thumb on our right hand the entire way through. The first phrase of the song goes like this. That's just the open 3rd, 2nd and 1st strings like this. Then we play the open 2nd and 1st string again like this. And then we do what's called a hammer-on pull-off on the 1st string like this. Now a hammer-on pull-off is where you play a string just once with your right hand, like this, but you actually get extra notes because before that note dies out, you hammer on with your left hand. And then as that note dies out, you pull the finger off, and you get the open note again for the 3rd note of the sequence. So the 3 notes that you're actually playing are the open string, the 1st fret of the string, and the open string again. But if you play them all individually, it sounds a bit clunky like this. But if you can master that hammer-on pull-off technique, then you can play it a lot faster and a lot smoother, and it'll sound like this. Remember, just pluck the string once with your right hand, hammer on with your left hand onto the 1st fret, and then pull it off again to get that open string again. So it's a hammer-on pull-off on the 1st fret on the 1st string, and then it's a pull-off on the 2nd string. You play the 2nd fret once, as usual, with your thumb, and pull it off to get the open string again. So that entire 1st sequence played nice and slow should sound like this. And that is the hard part of the riff out of the way. Then for the second phrase, we play a G shape, but we play it up on the 8th fret. So we have our first finger on the 8th fret of the 3rd string, our second finger on the 8th fret of the 1st string, and our third finger on the 9th fret of the 2nd string. And we play each string individually like this. Then we slide that G shape back down to the 3rd fret, and we strum all 3 strings slowly like this. Then we play the 3rd string, the 1st string, the 2nd string, the 3rd string, and the 2nd string, like this. So the second half of the riff should sound like this. So let me put those two halves of the riff together for you and play them through nice and slow. And then for the second half of the riff, you play that exactly the same again, but you end it with that downstroke with your G shape on the 3rd fret. So the second half of the riff will sound like this. So let's put both halves of the riff together and the whole thing will sound like this. And that simple riff is what you repeat all the way through the entire song. And just repeat that simple riff all the way through and you've got the entire song. And that's how to play the Einer Bankz ukulele riff from Rapstar by Polo G. Don't forget, if you'd like a PDF song sheet to help you put the whole riff together, sign up today to patreon.com/uketeacher and you get a PDF song sheet with every lesson and loads of other cool perks, goodies and rewards as well. I've been the ukulele teacher. If you have any requests for future lessons, then let me know right now in the comments below. Otherwise, until next time, I love you all and I wish you the best.